The accidental invention of penicillin, a medical revolution. Have you ever thought a simple accident could save millions of lives? Or how a forgotten experiment turned into medical breakthrough? Let's explore. London, 1928. Imagine a quiet, sunlit lab. A gentle breeze flows into the room with small spores of molds. One of them lands on a forgotten Petri dish left in a corner. And something miraculous was going to happen in that forgotten place. This laboratory belongs to Alexander Fleming, a Scottish scientist who was obsessed with the study of bacteria. However, he was on vacation that time, leaving his experiments behind. Upon returning, Fleming sees something strange. The dish forgotten has some mold growing on it. But more surprising thing was what surrounds it, a perfectly clear circle without any bacteria in it. None at all. Curiosity makes Fleming examine closer. He quickly finds out that the mold is not just sitting there. It is making a substance that kills bacteria, like a miniature invisible defense mechanism. And that would be the one that would transform medicine forever. The mold is a species of Penicillium genus, and the antibacterial substance produced by it is named penicillin by Fleming. He had not only accidentally discovered the growth of molds, but he had discovered a defense system of the microbes which would transform medicine. The penicillium mold secretes penicillin to shield itself against the surrounding bacterial colonies that may otherwise destroy its nutrients. However, soon humans were going to take advantage of this unintentional find in a manner that no one could have ever thought of. So how does penicillin work? Imagine bacteria as a fortress, whose walls are constructed of sugars and amino acids. These walls of the cells are continuously being constructed and dismantled at the same time as the bacteria multiply. Penicillin targets this wall-building process by attaching itself to the major compounds and inhibits the wall to be rebuilt at an important stage. The bacteria cannot survive without a solid wall. But that's not all. The release of highly reactive molecules which destroy the bacterial cell further is also induced by penicillin. This dual attack is fatal to bacteria, in Petri dishes, in the bodies of any living things, or in anywhere. And the best part of it is that it also has no negative impacts on the cells of humans, as our cells do not have cell walls. That is the reason why penicillin is very safe and effective. During the 10 years following the discovery of penicillin, the antibiotic was largely a laboratory novelty. It could not be produced in great numbers by the scientists, and the potential was not being realized. However, then there was World War II, which changed not only history, but medicine. This urgent requirement to cure the wounded soldiers compelled the researchers to find a way of isolating penicillin and cultivating the mold in large scale. Fleming's discovery was picked up by teams of Oxford University and some American pharmaceutical companies, which transformed it into a mass-produced antibiotic. Their efforts were so progressive that they later were awarded a Nobel Prize. It was only after a few years that penicillin became commercially available and changed the treatment of bacterial infections. Diseases that had been fatal in the past could now be treated. It was possible to treat pneumonia, scarlet fever, gonorrhea, and strep infections in an effective way. The impact was monumental. Penicillin was not just any other drug, but it was a medical breakthrough. The pharmaceutical industry was another area that was changed by the discovery. The mass production of penicillin demanded novel microbiological, fermentation, and mass cultivation methods. These inventions brought the future antibiotics and therapies. The absence of penicillin would have greatly slowed down the process of developing drugs against other infections. One more interesting observation: penicillin belongs to the broader family of beta-lactam antibiotics, which decompose bacterial cell walls in a similar way. They are the most common antibiotics that are still being prescribed in the world. Nowadays, although antibiotic resistance has become a significant problem, penicillin is still used as a first-line intervention in a variety of infections. Its legacy is an everlasting one, not only due to the number of lives it saved, but the way it changed our perception about medicine and microbiology. However, penicillin is not an all-powerful miracle. The issue of resistance is increasing. Bacteria have developed beta-lactamase enzymes, which disintegrate the structure of penicillin. Antibiotics used in infections caused by resistant bacteria should be substituted with alternatives, which might be less effective, more costly, or increase side effects. Nevertheless, now more than ever, it is necessary to employ antibiotics when they are needed and in the appropriate doses. The penicillin story also brings out the chance in scientific discovery. The first finding by Fleming was also a coincidence, a lost Petri dish, but with his interest and careful research, this incident became a groundbreaking therapy. This is an effective reminder. There are moments when scientific breakthrough occurs when you do not expect it, but only when you are ready to pay attention to the details and ask yourself questions, you can see its importance. Penicillin also created an interest in microbial warfare. how organisms protect themselves against each other. Fleming knew that the mold was producing penicillin in self-defense, not in self-help. Through research on these natural defense mechanisms, researchers have identified a multitude of other compounds capable of treating infections, cancers, and so forth. Nature has served as a pharmaceutical library over centuries waiting to be explored by humans. At the level of society, penicillin transformed the perception of medicine. Prior to antibiotics, infections were dreadful, uncontrollable, and usually deadly. Following penicillin, there was control and hope. Health services would now be able to preserve lives that were once lost. Wars, surgeries, and births became less fatal. Finally, infectious diseases that had been a thorn in human history could be treated. The Oxford scientists and subsequently American pharmaceutical companies mass-produced it, saving the lives of millions of people against infections. It is a tale of teamwork, exploration, and passion, not greed. Move forward to the present. Penicillin has become part of contemporary medicine. It was discovered, and its discovery opened the path to the study of antibiotics, which has influenced the way we fight illnesses. It is also a lesson. Excessive and incorrect use of antibiotics can make them useless. Every prescription has accountability. Any dose should be taken with seriousness, as the emergence of resistant bacteria poses a threat to the core of the modern medicine. And here's the final takeaway. Science is full of surprises. Breakthroughs can happen when you're curious, observant, and ready to explore the unexpected. Penicillin proves that sometimes a little mold can lead to a giant leap for medicine. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. See you in next video.